People are good. Like, say someone that like a Gwyneth Paltrow. People go, oh, Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh, she. Okay, did you see Shakespeare in Love? Because that was freaking comic genius. I mean, did you see? People. Beyonce in Dreamgirls, heartbreaking pathos. I mean, there's great work being done all over. Now, is it a little bit harder nowadays? Because in the old days, people were like, I only do movies. I'm not going to do television. And so those of us who played in the television sandbox, we had room to ourselves. Even voiceover. I used to do a ton of voiceover. Now every large movie star does the small 2-line parts in cartoon movies. So, we just always have to be adapting. And I'm talking to you. This is week 2 of me having an empty nest. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
so maybe,
Oh,
maybe I'm
oh yeah,
back,
you told me. Oh,
right?
okay. I see. Yeah, I wanted to
Like
ask you. Yeah.
I can
Uh-huh.
leave the house now. I mean,
hmm
now everything's on Zoom, but I can
mm
leave the house and hello, Mr. Spielberg, I can go to Budapest. I mean, in a
hmm
way that I couldn't before. So
You probably
there's
know a
different
lot of
stages.
people who might be able to help you, I would think. Introduce you
You,
to an agent or a manager or
you
whatever.
know
I
what
don't
I
know.
have? So here's what we talked a little bit earlier, before we started this recording,
And
about
thank
I
you.
dabble in a little bit of politics, and part of the reason I got super involved is because what happened during COVID and what our union did to us was personally devastating, but also incredibly un-American and not in the principles of union membership and support at all, which was to lock us out of work
Mm.
for 2-3 years if we didn't get an experimental vaccine. And so, manager I had at the time dropped me because of that, because I had no
Hmm.
need to get a vaccine because I had COVID, still got the antibodies. Um, and
hmm
so I was like, fine, screw it. I don't need this. I can get my rejection at home. I don't need to go out to get it. And so I got a new manager about a year ago, and she's been awesome, and things are going gangbuster. Like, really, it's nice to get back to auditioning and to working. Um, but it's always important to not lose yourself. And my personal view is that I'm not going to give up
hmm
my principles. It has cost me work. I'm sure being outspoken about stuff like that will cost me
hmm
work, but you know, at the pearly
I really
gates, they're
respect you
not.
for that. Yeah,
Yeah,
right. I really respect you for that.
thank
Yeah,
you.
because a lot of people are kind of desperate and they just anything for that stardom. They got kind of an emptiness inside them, maybe
Yeah,
that they only think a stardom will fill.
yeah,
So, so you've been going on auditions with the manager and just getting some.
yeah. But it's funny now. It's a whole new thing. I mean, the one positive of COVID is that you know I live in the Valley in
You're
LA, and
auditioning from home. Yeah.
yeah, so
hmm
that you would I can't tell you how many times my husband acts occasionally, and he would only get auditions in Santa Monica on a Friday at rush hour. Like,
Yeah,
he was like,
3 hours
that's it,
there.
i'm
Yeah,
i'm out.
I'm out. Right. It's not worth it at a certain point, right? Yeah.
Right, so now you
Do you
can
want to
do it, and
write?
it's
Do you want to
actually
direct? Do you want to do stand up? Do you want to, are your
I
kids interested or
so
just,
I
yeah.
actually did. There was a thing in Backstage when I got here, 30 years ago. You
Mm,
could do open mic night at the Laugh Factory. Yeah. So I went and
mm,
I did it. I did, 3 minutes, whatever. But it's
yeah.
at 2 in the morning because you're in line, and then all the so I did it for like 3 people. And the owner at the time was like, come back in 6 weeks. And I felt so rejected. I never went back. Now I realize, you dumbass, he meant come back.
Yeah, that
But
sounds
I
like a
thought,
great thing.
right? So
Oh,
during,
okay. Mm,
but this is what actors do. This is what humans
mm,
do. We
mm,
read things by our own, right? You see it by whatever perspective. I remember being in an audition once, and the woman was just looking at me, and I was like, I should just stop. I should stop. I should stop right now. She looks like she's going to vomit. Like, she couldn't hate me more. That's, oh, this is terrible. This is awful. And at the end, she was like, that was amazing. I was like,
Whoa.
oh, because
Mm,
I was gonna bail. Like I was
right.
gonna never until they say cut, never bail. And so during COVID, when everything was locked down, I had a friend who actually did rented out a hotel ballroom, and she was like, guess what, we're gonna have a big laugh. And she had professional comedians, Josh Denny, Adam Yenser, who I think he wrote for Ellen, some other people, but she was like, to fill it out, if anybody wants to try their hand at stand up or knows, let me know. And I said, I haven't done it in 30 years, but I think I could put together 5 minutes. And she was like, yeah. So I did it 2 nights in a row, and I killed, and I loved it. And then I booked out a private venue because, again, it was COVID. And I did a 1 hour show by myself,
Whoa. Wow.
outdoors. Yeah. And I was like,
Hmm.
I like that. But again, my
Hmm.
kids were still at home. So they are
Hmm.
just, yeah, I'm just in the like,
Mm.
hey, I could. So all sorts of things are bouncing around.
If there was going to be a reunion episode of A Different World, what do you think would happen on the episode? Like
Oh
they
my
all
God.
get,
Oh,
why would they get together? What would happen? I just thought
well,
about that, just seeing them like not like a interview like on Oprah, but like a real
right, right.
episode, like a Hillman reunion or someone, I don't know.
I'll pitch it if you're listening.
You're
I'll
right.
pitch it because I actually lived this. It's kind of terrifying when it happens. My college lets you bring it's a lottery because obviously there's more people, but when your kids get to be college age, right, when they're high school juniors and seniors, you can come back to a summer program to help them learn about the college
Oh, they
process.
bring their kids
Boom.
in. That's brilliant. Oh, a whole new cast. That's
Right,
crazy.
whole new
Okay,
cast,
well,
but then everybody's still
based
back in
on
the
story
background.
by you, you
Thank
know.
you. Thank you.
That's brilliant.
Have you
I
watched
mean, have you
the
had that in your mind for a while? That's
no, I
brilliant.
just thought
You
of it
just thought
right now.
about right now as
I
with a
told
whole
you,
new
second
young
week.
cast. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
I still so have you watched Dairy Girls at all? Have you ever seen that
I
show?
don't watch that much TV. Please tell me.
Okay, I don't either. But
Okay.
we found it visiting my daughter who's studying abroad in Copenhagen. Long story. But it was it's a sitcom, haha, based on the Northern Ireland troubles, right? So
Hmm.
like bombings, whatever happening. But they
I'm
did this, and
definitely
they
gonna watch
followed
that.
this group of girls, and it was in the finale, they have a flashback to their moms who've just been sort of like in and there it turns they were their mother, like the mothers turned it was just because it happens to all of us, right? We turn into our parents.
Mm.
So that
It's
would
a
be a great.
three-camera sitcom, The
No,
Dairy.
I think it's single, but
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
it was just brilliantly done.
Hmm.
I would say the reunion though that we talked about briefly is so Jasmine Guy, Cree Summer, Don Lewis, and a Glenn Turman, and like 3 or 4 other people. They all just did a big tour of A Different World main cast, touring a bunch of HBCUs, historically Black colleges and universities.
Hmm.
And I saw a little clip with Jasmine where she was just like blown away by how much it meant to people.
Oh yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was how
Mm.
much the show just really
Mm.
propelled a lot of people on paths. And
Mm.
that's the great thing about entertainment. You never know who you're talking to.
Can I ask you two unrelated questions?
Sure.
Do you think we will have world peace as a species?
Humans are animals, and all animals seem to really thrive on conflict. I think, certainly in America or in the Western Hemisphere, we got sort of close. We were sort of like chilling. It was United Colors of Benetton. It was like it was all
Hmm.
this groovy stuff, and then all of a sudden they just threw back, and they were like, hey, you know what? Let's do segregation again, and let's talk about race all the time again. And that was just like what we were.
Hmm.
I liked where we were headed. Um,
Hmm.
and so I'm an eternal optimist.
Me too.
And I
You have to
certainly,
be.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there is life on other planets? Intelligent life.
Well, there's not intelligent life
It
here.
interests me. Oh, okay. Yes, there is.
Yeah, other planets, they don't like us or want to know us, Ben. I'm actually sort of more, so that's your interest. I'm actually more fascinated with
Mm.
deep sea intelligent life,
Mm.
like octopuses.
Mm-hmm.
There's some stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Um I I'm sort of mostly still trying
Okay.
to
I know
figure
it's a
out.
strange
No,
question, but I'm just
it's a good
interested in.
question. I'm
I
still
want
trying to
world
figure out.
peace, and I'm interested in the life in other
Yeah,
planets. Yeah. I
I'm
don't
still
know if
trying to
the
figure out.
distances are so big. It's like they would have to.
Yeah,
It would take them a long time to reach us.
I'm still
I'd
trying to
just.
figure out humans here.
Sounds
there's
good.
there's enough,
Mhm.
but maybe there are. I mean, there's supposed to be parallel universes everywhere. There's one
Mhm.
where you and I are stars, huge stars.
Oh man, that's great. That's good. Yeah, but
can't
maybe that wouldn't be too good for me either.
Yeah,
So, right?
can't even
Yeah.
walk down the street.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. But I definitely will support you in any way. So just let me know. I don't know how, but if I become a big
well, it was.
director or something, for sure. And audience, I'll leave a link to your IMDb and whatever else you want me to, for sure.
Thank you.
And I
It's
just
you know
appreciate
what
you
it's
talking. I really do. It's your time, and it's really nice. And you just
well
said
it
yes
was
right away, and I
it's
appreciated
it's
it.
nice to talk to you too. And the good thing about sitcoms, especially one like a different world, is they bring a little joy. Like being able to bring a little joy into
Mm.
people's lives is a really special gift. And um actors forget why we're here, and
Thank
that
you.
that's why we're here.
Yeah, thank you. Good stuff. Okay, thank you. I don't know what to say, but thank
You're
you.
welcome.
So much. Yeah. Hope to see you soon at some point.
All right, take care.
Bless you.